I do want to say with the pictures, we said to send in pictures of yourself. Maybe don't. Lady, you were fine as hell. That's not the issue. We're both in relationships. We can't be getting late night pictures of women. And that's all I'm going to say.
You're stressing David out. Me, myself, I can handle it. You do whatever you need to do. But you're stressing David out and maybe chill out.
I got the email app on my phone. I'm checking it in bed.
It complicates things.
You did not show us what you were working with in said picture.
That's
Olivia says, I don't want to see that.
Okay, well, I guess I'm outvoted, and that's fine. You know what?
Respect. If you want us to see them, send it to Langston personally. Why don't you address an email to Langston, and it says them in all caps, and show them all of them.
Hey, everybody. Let's just pump the brakes. It's a lot easier to explain it when it's a group email and not my personal collection. Do you know what I mean?
The government growing babies, microchips in your anus. All koala bears are racist. The ozone layer owes me money. Martians invented turkey stuffing. Y'all can't tell me nothing.
Who wants to sex Matumbo? There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, little mamas and Gentiles alike, to another phenomenal episode of My Mama Told Me.
The podcast where we dive deep into the pockets of black conspiracy theories.
And we finally worked to prove that Nell Carter died a generation too early to be celebrated for the badass big lady she truly was. That lady was fine. I think Nell Carter was a baddie, and they spent a lot of time calling her a big old chubby uggo, and that was like the whole bit was who would want to have sex with Nell Carter? Guess what? Old Langston Kerman would have sex with Nell Carter. Today, tomorrow, and forever.
I want to first of all say a double R.I.P. Nell Carter and McKibben Mutombo. And Nell, I'm with you though. Nell was bad. That was that little updo, little shortcut.
It was of a time, I would say.
Yeah, and it's interesting because they talked all that shit. 10 years later, Monica came out with the same thing, and we loved her for it.
We loved her because she fit a certain profile, you know? She was a skinny baddie, but the big girl baddies got their wave, and unfortunately, Nell was a little too early for it.
Well, Nell, we want you to know wherever you are, we were hit.
We were hit. If you're up in heaven listening, we were hit.
We win. No, God bless you. God bless you. God bless that haircut.
Man, what shot do we have at heaven at this point? You know?
I think 70-30. I do some things in my personal life.
Okay, you still think you have like a decent chance at heaven.
The way you respond to that makes me feel like you don't.
I don't think you have a chance, or I don't think I have a chance.
That you don't think you have a chance.
Yeah, I don't think I'm.
Wow.
I think at this point, it's less a question of me going to heaven and where do I go? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think I don't know that I'm a subscriber in the idea of hell. I that to me feels sort of like a fictitious thing, but certainly.
Is that because you're Jewish?
No, I didn't grow up with any.
Okay.
No, I didn't grow up with any like deep connections to the Jewish religion, but I do connect with that part of the faith, if that makes sense. That like just on a logical sense, it does feel false to me that there's just a place for eternal damnation because I cussed and wasn't nice to my neighbor's wife or whatever it is.
Here's my problem with there being no hell. Then I'm damn sure not going to heaven. Does that make sense?
Well, that's what I'm wrestling with.
I know. So I need there to be a hell so I can make it to heaven.
Yeah. I think like there might be a version of this where like you don't go to heaven, but you go to like, you become like a spirit that just lives in line at Burger King. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, that's eternity for you.
Because here's how I always viewed it before. The difference between heaven and hell is like the difference between a D- and a F.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? Where, hey, I got a 60% though.
You trying to be one of them that's like right at the end and goes, my bad, God. And then he's like, come on. You cool.
That's exactly it. Let me get that. I'm 0.9 away, but that's enough. That's enough.
Yeah.
But then if you put some other place in there, well, now I'm rocking a C-. I don't know what I'm going to do.
You did enough that the teacher goes, David, can you hang back for a second?
Oh, I remember that conversation. Now I'm going to pass you, but I shouldn't.
You're really pushing it, man. And if you're going to be something in your life, then you're going to have to make some other choices. You are? I will, Miss Carlisle. I promise. I'm going to work on it.
Here's a talk I got. Your grades were fine during football season. Then all of a sudden mid-November rolls around and you're failing everything.
Yeah. No, it's true. I myself maintained pretty solid grades the whole time, but
of course you did.
But I respect that everybody had a different journey out there. And I
Let's
certainly
just say,
watched my teachers have that conversation with my friends. And
it's very funny from afar.
It's so funny to watch.
Like, this is not great. But like, do you remember just making fun of people for being stupid in school? Because my thing is, I was bad at school, but I'm smart enough that I could like, you couldn't be like, this guy's a fucking idiot. But then they'd be like, but Jeff can't balance equation or whatever. You know what I mean?
Dog, I would say some of my most joyous moments were making fun of the extensive failures of my peers. Just being like, you know what I mean? Just, especially when I was playing basketball, like dudes who couldn't play that week because like they didn't make grades or whatever. The time we had.
Bro, that happened to me once too, and it was awful. It was my junior year, and I remember, or sophomore year. I remember you had to run all practice, and then you had to run conditioning that week, like so you didn't get to practice at all. And then the coach would just make me run different directions.
Oh,
so it'd be like, Gborie, run that way. Maybe there's an A over there. And then
but there's not, and frankly, you keeping me here running is not going to help me improve my studies in any way, shape, or form.
I think if you were a good coach, you would understand that the F started at home.
The F started at home. I needed more help than you yelling. You, the health teacher, yelling at me can offer.
Bro, he wasn't even a teacher. We brought a hitter in. He was a construction worker.
Oh, that's a problem.
He owned a concrete business. He was dirty. He drove his truck onto the field before practice.
Nah, that's not right. You don't
Come on, man.
They have to have some tether to the educational system so that they know how to help liaison these relationships.
Otherwise, you're just a man yelling at me.
A man yelling at me for frankly tests that you can't even scale. You know what I mean? Like you don't even know how hard that test was. You're just being mean to me because I didn't get good grades.
The life of a student athlete, man.
It's tough. I miss it every day.
I never miss it. But it's because I wasn't good enough. I was like good enough to start, but I wasn't good enough to get any specialty treatment. It was just like, okay, you're starting because you're the best defensive tackle we have here, but that's not a great pool. Like nobody was like, hey, David going to New Mexico State. There was none of, I don't know. I turned into Shannon Sharp.
What up there, boy? You got a future, young man.
Yeah. I do miss football.
I didn't play football, but I do miss basketball a lot. And I miss Shannon Sharp. I miss the Shannon Sharp he was and not the Shannon Sharp that everybody has has found out he is.
Exactly. I mean, it's Mile High Salute. The good old days.
Man, what a time when we had the best of Shannon
missed the
Sharpe.
defect to Baltimore, but now I don't want to hear you talk.
No, it's tough. It's tough hearing that mushmouth man speak. That said, we're not here to talk about Shannon Sharpe or football or basketball, frankly. We have an email. It's a Langston and David episode, a David Langston episode. We're going to talk some shit. We're going to hang out. We're just going to chill for a minute. But we got an email from a person that we're excited about. I think our ears perked up at the possibilities that come from this salacious email. Its subject line reads, "Fuck is Pfizer on?"
Which great. I'm in.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to start an email. I like that.
And they put a picture in.
Put a picture in, and I like when they start with "fuck." You know what I mean? Or just a big old naughty word right at the beginning. That makes me want to read it fast.
Yeah.
Dylan sent us a message. He said, "Greetings and salutations, Langston and David. Y para Olivia que pedo. Puedo? Pedo? I don't know. I'm not a Spanish speaker, Olivia. That was for you anyway. It ain't got nothing to do with us. I saw this goofy fucking Pfizer commercial during the Niners game today, and I cannot think of a single reason why they needed John Legend drinking honey on a piano with fuck me eyes, except for some good old-fashioned white devil shenanigans. That sounds right to me already, and I don't even know what the commercial is. I haven't seen the commercial. Were you familiar with this commercial before?
I'm not, but I'm on board with, all right, and this is a conspiracy within a conspiracy. The conspiracy to make us think John Legend is the sexiest man in the world. You guys got to relax. You got to relax. Putting all this John Legend on me. He looks like a teacher. It's fine.
Yeah.
I look like a door guy. That's my lot in life. You don't have to you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel it. I think there was this weird period where John Legend looked like what we think he should look like. He looked like a little mouse man in big, thick sweaters. And we were like, that's John Legend. We agree on that. He's not a sexy man, but he has sexy man voice and makes sexy man music. Cool. And then John Legend did a fuck ton of push-ups and got into pretty good shape for John Legend. And then suddenly we just accepted that John Legend was supposed to be a sex symbol, when in fact, no, that's still a mouse man who did push-ups.
The song is called Ordinary People.
You regular, my nigga.
Yeah.
You ain't even supposed to be over here.
And that's why I like you, because I bought your CD, which was a Christmas present to my mom, at Target.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Yeah, no, John Legend, and we want to be clear, this isn't some negative attack on like John Legend. It's more just let's rescale the attractiveness measurements. You know what I mean? Like we gotta balance the scales again.
I just feel like we need to let normal and ugly people do shit in entertainment again.
Yeah, I like that.
You don't gotta be fine to sing. You don't. It's fine.
I agree.
You got to be fine to play the drums.
I agree. And even I think about like Jonathan Majors, who obviously went through his big transformation and then a more complicated one. But there was a period where like people were fully trying to convince us that was a fine man, that he was like handsome. And let's be clear, y'all, he's not. I
think he might be handsome. I actually have to differ with you on that. I think he might be handsome, man.
What are we doing? What is this podcast if we can't agree on what Jonathan Majors looks like?
You saw Rocky?
Yeah, he's big and buff, and he certainly plays the part, but no, that's not a handsome man.
I mean,
that's
okay,
funny
listen.
looking.
Does he have the face of your cousin who was good at football? Yes.
Yeah. He's odd-faced. And he no, come on. And he dresses like he
dresses like a slave. And that
he dresses like he keeps a bottle of cod liver oil in his pocket. You know what I mean? Like he's a fucking that's not a handsome man. What are we talking about?
Here's my question to you, because you flirt with the space of handsome man. If you got Jonathan Majors buff, would we ever see you again?
I don't think so. I think I've done everything in my power. I'll be honest with you. I've done everything in my power not to get buff, because I think that if I end up in that space, I can't keep doing comedy, certainly not at any version of a respectable level.
And I will say, and we have newly talked to the social media team, blur this out. I was watching your new television show.
Yeah.
And I did take a screenshot that I was saving for. I was in the living room. I told my girl, I was like, it's like Christmas. He's not going to know, but it's going to come up. It's going to come up at an amazing time. I had to rewind it and pause it. I paused it. I can show you. We'll blur it out.
I'm never going to be more self-conscious than for the rest of always, I guess, because I know what it is, but it gives me nightmares. I haven't even watched.
Do you want to see the still?
Sure, yeah, it gives me nightmares. I fucking hate this. This is awful. What a terrible thing that's happening. I hate it.
Hey guys, look at me.
Yeah, it's just a
my mama told me.
If I fuck around and get jacked, it's over, man. I can't keep going.
See, I'm the opposite. If I got jacked, I would do a Shaq level number of endorsements.
No, that's crazy. That's not crazy. That makes sense.
If I get buff, I'm selling out, dog.
That's what I think if I get buff, I'm just going to walk the path. I get what Michael B. Jordan did. Do you know what I mean? He was like, I got buff. It took me a lot of time and energy to make these muscles. I am going to use them to the best of their ability and be the star of every buff dude thing available. You don't then go and, hang out with riffraff. I gotta make a choice. You know what I mean?
See, I'm cutting I'd be the new Terry. You call me Terry News. I'm the new one. You see me popping all of a sudden?
David's changed. You be popping a lot now.
Yeah, don't stop popping.
Dylan goes on to say, my conspiracy is that Pfizer partnered with the Black church on the John Legend flu shot commercial as a way to galvanize old Black women to buy into the medical machine more and challenge their Hotep husbands, thus creating both more flu shot income for Pfizer from traditionally untrustworthy Black folks, as well as more conflict and division in Black families via inciting old hard-headed niggas to double down on their views and never go to the doctor. By intensifying old heads' experience of white coat syndrome, which is obviously valid, as well as the jealousy and insecurity from their wives wanting John Legend to eat their pussies out, amplified chronic stress will expedite their imminent early demise, creating more free time for Black superwomen, our nation's heroes, who don't know how to have fun, to only focus on sacrificial service via work and church. Thank you all for your hijinks and tomfoolery. This podcast is one of the things that got me through grad school. All the best, Dylan. Damn.
One minor point I do want to make. That's how you know John Legend's not fine. They're imagining him eating their pussies.
You're saying fine men, you imagine them blowing your back out.
I would imagine. And I'm not a woman, so I don't know. But I would assume.
Yeah, but regular men, you go, I bet he eat me out good and treat me nice.
Sing to it.
Dylan lays down a pretty I would say, thoughtful and heavy theory here. I wonder if it's worth us taking a break because he's laid down his tracks. Maybe we take a break. We give y'all a second to buy products. I'm sure they're great products. And then when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about our thoughts on Dylan's conspiracy. That sound good?
I'm into it.
Hell yeah. So we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more Dylan's email and more My Mama Told Me.
You raggedy bitch.
And you ain't shit, niggas. We are back. I'm negging.
That's how you
our
bring
audience.
us back from a commercial. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
and
that.
we're discussing Pfizer, John Legend, and the black women of it all.
What I think Dylan is suggesting is that John Legend sort of functions as a two-pronged threat to the black community. He, number one, sort of attracts black women into buying into sort of like this relationship with medicine that is not necessarily proven or safe with this obviously giant corporation. But then additionally, he creates like this sort of infighting in black households where black women are attempting to get their husbands and lovers and family to buy into the medicine that they have been trained their entire lives to doubt and fight against.
And I love it. I'm in on this. I mean, I wouldn't call it as extreme as that, but I think I have a level of white coat syndrome for sure.
Whoa, yeah, say more.
I don't fuck with the doctor. I feel like I don't get listened to. I didn't feel like that as a kid, but as an adult, since having had health insurance, it's like the process is so... I very, very much feel like I'm not being listened to. I feel kind of like I'm not being believed.
Yeah.
Which is interesting and I've always had that with the doctor, right? Like just this, I feel like part of it is a dark skin thing. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
But just like my pain never seeming like a big issue or anything like that.
Whoa.
So I definitely... And that's so funny. I was talking to my girl about it recently, and she feels the same way. She said when she goes to the doctor, they just tell her one thing. You know what I mean? Like even when she's like, "This is," and we know that the rate of that is even higher with black women, right?
Right. And we've read about them a few times on the podcast, but there are a fair amount of like studies that corroborate essentially what you're saying, that like dark-skinned people more often than not are experiencing like, interactions with the medical professionals that suggest that they're not being heard and their pain isn't being validated or treated with any sort of seriousness. And so that all feels possible, right? Like that all feels real. It doesn't feel like some shit where it's just like you going crazy alone, being like, my doctor's not nice, whatever the fuck.
That's why I try to find black doctors. I did get an African dentist one time. It was interesting. And I don't. Hey,
I'm not going to say anything because I've been problematic as it relates to your people, but I wouldn't be in no African dental office.
I think my issue was that I wanted him to be flashier. I was like, black African dentist, all gold, everything.
Oh, you wanted okay. See, I don't want.
Then I would believe it.
Any medical professional to be flashy in any way, shape, or form. That is like the biggest turnoff for me
Really?
Yeah.
I like sensible shoes.
I like when your office looks like you borrowed it. You know what I mean? Like you don't even put your fucking picture on the wall. You are here to work and go home. I like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I like when this is just honest, clean, work. This ain't got nothing to do with like my dermatologist was once paired. They had like one of those shared offices with a plastic surgeon. And the plastic surgeon had like massive screens that played these videos of like the heroic work that this man was doing all over, not only America, but back. He was African and he would go
He was
back
back
to
in Nigeria giving them big ass titties.
Yeah.
I bring titties to my village.
You know what it was? For you. For you, queen.
They have no water, but their titties are abundant. It was like one of those 5 cents a day videos, but the kid just has huge titties.
It's just big titty kids running next to his car as he waves at them like Muhammad Ali. Big old titties bouncing. They're so happy. No, his whole shit was like he was doing like titty jobs in America, but back in his home, I think he was Ghanaian. I think back in Ghana, he was doing breast reductions. That was his big shit, was like he was helping to resolve, back issues and save lives via these breast reductions. But
that
I know
does seem
that
right. That they got some big
it seems
titties
great.
over there.
Yeah, no, the videos were horrifying. Just mountainous women who looked like they were in agony. Truly, he was doing positive work, but it was this insane thing of like, I'm here to get my acne resolved. And I'm just watching video after video of this man in a 3-piece suit talking about how good of work he's doing back in his home country. And it just felt crazy.
You know, that's why they call it the motherland.
Shit. Yeah, because he taking them titties back.
No, because they got big ass mama milkers. What do they say? What do white guys say on the internet? But that is insane.
I don't want a flashy doctor, I think is my point. But more importantly, I guess I see how sort of like intentional this commercial seems. Do you know what I mean? Like, if nothing else, it seems like they are targeting a group when they get John Legend to be the voice of Pfizer. And I wonder what that specific group is, and what Dylan is saying doesn't feel that off base to me.
I think for sure. I mean, I don't know the rates of flu shots within Black people, women specifically, but it does feel like a concerted effort, which feels dark to me. I don't want listen, I'm fine celebrities are shills. They're whores. That's the point of the job.
Yeah.
Sell me Coca-Cola. Don't tell me to get a shot.
Yeah, I think it's crazy, right? Because like on one end, I 100% agree. We're going to have to sell things, and it's part of the nature of the beast. Truly, every fucking entertainment conglomerate is owned by a financial institution or tech. And so like you are eventually going to have to sell out. There's no exception to that rather. But on the flip side, you can make choices. You don't gotta be John Legend telling me to go get a Pfizer shot.
Come on.
That seems crazy.
I would respect it more if you tell me to get Viagra. That would be cool.
Yeah. Why? What's the difference for you?
That's not like a medical necessity.
Oh, you're saying if you want to fuck around over here, come on and fuck around over here.
He should have been in your big titty doctor's office. Like that is fine for me.
I get that. Yeah, I think maybe that's a good rule of thumb. Celebrities should only be allowed to endorse voluntary medicines, not ones that are meant to be like for real life changing.
I think that's great. Olivia says Travis Kelce is the spokesperson too.
Pfizer?
Yeah, for the flu shots, I guess.
And that makes sense. If you need to get black people on board, black women on board, you go John Legend because they don't know who black women actually find sexy anymore. And then on the flip, you get Travis Kelce, who white people have deemed very sexy, even though he's trying his hardest not to be.
Damn. All right. But
did you see what he did to himself?
No, I don't. Bro, I'm not watching any football this year.
Oh, really?
I cut the cord.
Whoa, is this like a political stance, or are you just like, I can't keep buying into this?
I just can't. I just don't care anymore.
Oh, Travis. Well, then you should know Travis Kelce, upon sort of like pre-Taylor Swift, obviously, he was getting like a high fade and
oh yeah, I remember that.
Was swagged out and shit, and now he looks like a cop. He just fully has transformed into like a thick mustache, no beard. He don't get his fade the way he used to anymore. He just truly has been like, I am a white man, and I should have been the whole time.
So he's like the white guys you went to high school with.
Yep. Yeah. Where he just grew up and was like, I'm a decent white man. I don't know what that phase was. I'm never going to talk about it again.
Yeah. He puts down the Sean John.
Yep. I'm going to retire this. And not for the reasons you think.
Yeah.
I'm cool with Puff Daddy. I just can't wear it anymore because I'm white.
Olivia also says black men may have better health outcomes when treated by black doctors. It's proven through various studies. I mean, I do think that that's true, but I think that's like because we think so little of women in this place.
Yeah. My issue with the medical field, because I similarly have a lot of wariness around the doctor, I think my issue is more the compartmentalization of the doctor. Like if I'm experiencing something, the only way I can even go and get the help that I need is to go through my general practitioner as, you know what I mean? Like main person. And then they send me to the next person. And it's like, bro, if I'm really in pain or I'm really suffering or whatever it is, I just need to see a guy to fix or a lady to fix this. I don't want to have to take steps. That sucks.
Yeah, that is also difficult. I needed to get a CPAP machine because I have really bad sleep apnea, and this shit took like 5 months.
That's nuts.
We got to get these rich people doctors. That's what Dulce put me onto that. She said all the good doctors, it's like referrals only.
Yeah, no, I think if you can nail down one of them rich people doctors, you get whatever you want whenever you want it kind of thing.
Yeah, you can call them at home. But
yeah,
all that to say, I think that this conspiracy, I think this is pretty plausible. I don't know about the reasoning so much as like when you go to things like this, I think the reasoning, at least behind companies, is always just more money. I don't think it's like, I don't think it's ever deeper than that. I think maybe they got like, oh, black people don't get flu shots. Who do the blacks like? Yeah.
You're saying it didn't have to be deeper than that. It just, they needed a guy, and John Legend makes sense.
Yeah. He was going to take the check.
That I don't disagree with that. I do think sometimes we put a weight to things that maybe don't need or don't exist. Like I don't think that sometimes we give white people and certainly evil white people more credit than they deserve. They're not brilliant masterminds more often than not. They're just dudes who are like, I bet I could get richer if John Legend pretended to have gotten a flu shot. That said, I do think they start to recognize the benefits of certain things. And I do think that like it may not have been the original plan to create this dissension at home, but certainly I think they recognize like, oh, seems like they're fighting a little bit about this. Maybe we should do a couple more of those just to see what that does. So I don't know that it was the original plan, but I don't think they're mad at the payoff.
And here's the worst part for me. As fucked up as the system is, I do think that more black people going to the doctor is better than not.
No, 100%. And frankly, I think that whatever our fears are relating to certain medical practices or certain medical experiences, I think the flu shot ain't where they're going to get us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That like at the end of the day, we have a very legitimate reason to fear our relationship with medicine because of the history of this country. But I don't think they're aiming for us via the flu shot. I don't think they're aiming for us via COVID. I think they're going to be aiming for us much closer to home with like the foods that we eat, the types of recommendations or care that they offer when problems start to occur inside of families, right? That like they will recognize, to your point about your medical experience, they will recognize a family history of certain ailments or diseases or disorders and say nothing because they do not see you as a potential person worth saving.
Damn. I hate that.
It's the crazy part because they ask you to fill out these charts and you go, I do have any history of such and such, heart disease, diabetes, whatever. And I think we fill out those forms and they're like, nigga, I ain't reading this shit.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's that energy that's truly where medicine is hurting us more than like, we're going to put fucking promethazine in their flu shot and make them sleepy on it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's that.
Man, this one, this really bumped me out.
It started off fun, I'd say.
Oh, no. Oh, no, you heard behind the curtain. Shit.
This nigga in here listening to ordinary people.
I was gonna cue it up so that I could just play the part where he says, we're just ordinary people. I thought that would be really funny, and then my computer snitched on me.
Yeah, your computer was like, hey, look at him. Look what he doing over here.
Watch this dumbass video in black and white.
Man, I thought he was a genius when that song. I was like, man, John Legend is it.
He was, man, okay, here's what I will say. I think he was marketed to us that way. In the same way that we've talked about it before, there was that whole genre of neo soul type of shit where it was like, are you smart? Listen to John Legend.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're a dum-dum just trying to get some ass, you'd listen to Jaheim. But if you're really trying to grow with your lady, you gotta listen to some John Legend.
Like if you want some pussy, listen to Tank. Oh man.
Yeah, I do think that's true. I think he was sort of like meant to be this elevated artist because he could play the piano and was sort of like had a quality of self-seriousness about what he was doing that they really sold to us.
Yeah.
And now he's selling Pfizer. And I think maybe proves Dylan's point even more, that like they made him a very legitimate person who we were meant to take seriously on matters of love and care and being what it meant to be intimate. And now he is a mouthpiece often for like the Democratic Party. He's very happy to volunteer himself for all kinds of products. And one of the scariest of that list is fucking flu shots.
Yeah, man. Well, just know, guys, you won't hear us doing that. But Honey Pack, if you want to sponsor this shit, get at your boys.
Have you done a Honey Pack?
No, but
you taking one?
No, have you?
No.
I took a Blue Chew once a couple of years ago and it didn't work actually.
Oh, really?
I didn't even need it. Somebody gave me one. I was like, all right, let's see.
Yeah, I never needed to be more horny. I'm doing pretty good just off of just a raw elements inside my own body. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's one of the levels I've maintained it very high.
If anything, I could use a horny suppressor if there's anything out there that does that.
Yeah. You need like a honey pack silencer. Where's that? Where's that? How come they don't have like a medicine for those of us who get too horny throughout the day?
Yeah.
If you could take away my horny from 9 to 5 p.m., I would get so much done.
Bro, if there was a way to make me not horny when I'm trying to get real work done, I would cruise.
It would be gross. I'd be an addict. That's
yeah.
my limitless pill. A horny blocker.
What's the opposite of honey? Let's do a vinegar pack. We doing vinegar packs for all you boys out there that are too horned up. Just rock hard while you're trying to focus on your work. We handing out vinegar packs and we getting you right. We getting you focused. Come on.
You sick of getting rocked up at Home Depot? A Vin pack.
A Vinnie pack? Hell yeah. We selling Vinnie packs, baby.
This is $1 million idea. I think we can get some money.
Dude, I think this is huge. If anybody out there is an investor, if anybody is sort of tied to any secret fortunes that they're willing to waste on solid ideas that we haven't thought through much, send it all here because we got a good idea with these Vinnie packs.
There we go. I think we did it.
This is it. That was it. We didn't take our second commercial, but Justin, please forgive us. I don't know.
We're trying our best, and honestly, we are just.
Slow, we're just ordinary people.
You failed. You almost had it, and you fucking
that shit would have gone so crazy.
That would have gone crazy if you nailed it.
I teed it up perfect. Oh, God damn it.
He can cut the fat off the front. If he cares about you, he'll do it.
All right, because I'm going to be in bed thinking about that at night.
Yeah, no, just know I know you fucked up.
Is that retaliation for the topless picture? I get it. I am just. God, I thought I could.
Yeah, man. Nah.
Langston, do you want to tell the people where you're going to be at and what cool things you have going on?
Yeah, you can follow me at Langston Kerman on all social media platforms, and you can see me on tour with David. It's the Start the Steal tour. I believe this episode is right before the tour kicks off, the release, and we are fucking pumped. DC, then Detroit, then Chicago.
Come out. Don't think about it. Come out. Bring everybody you love. Bring some people you hate.
Detroit, stop playing with us.
Come on Detroit.
Out.
Mel Mitchell.
Mel Mitchell's going to be there.
Leah Vernon's going to be there.
It's an insane lineup of folks. It's going to be a very good time. We would like for you to be there. Please come out. Not more importantly, but the entire tour is going to be crazy. So if you don't live in Detroit, Chicago, or DC, there's plenty of opportunities to come see us, and we want to see you out there.
Yeah, exactly.
What you got?
Cool Guy Jokes 87 on Instagram, patreon.com/David Gborie, DavidGborie. Go on there. It's like 65 videos now. You could buy my special, Birth of a Nation. It's very funny. And then, come see us on tour. Oh, also October 24th through 27th, I'm going to be at Rooster Tea Feathers in Sunnyvale, California, working on this new hour that is there.
All right.
I'm going to talk to you for an hour.
Yeah.
Some of it good. Some of it untested.
That's okay. You'll get the testing.
That's it. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Well, as always, you should send us your drops, your own conspiracies. If you want to tell us how we can find some investors for our Vinnie pack, send it all to mymommapod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Buy the merch. like, subscribe. Oh, we've been talking about this. Well, listen, David and I, are not social media experts. We are just two funny gentlemen who are not particularly good at the internet, but try our best every day. But we at My Mama Told Me, along with the folks at Big Money Players, are making a new concerted effort to transform our relationship with social media. We are going to have more consistent videos, both on the Instagram, on the YouTube, on TikTok. All the shit is about to transform around here, and we want your help. So subscribe, like, do all the things, rate, review, and tune in. Every Tuesday and Thursday, the episodes are released. And then every Wednesday and Friday, you're going to see the videos on YouTube. And they're going to be gorgeous videos. Crisp videos where you can see all the horrific things we say and do with each other. So go check it out. Enjoy. If you're a person that likes to watch, it's available. If you're a person that prefers to listen, that's also available. We would love to engage with you. And most importantly, buy the merch, like, rate, review, buy tickets, buy your mom a nice Christmas gift. Bye, bitch.
We don't know which way to go.
This sucks. This fucking sucks.
My Mama Told Me is a production of Will Ferrell's Big Money Players Network and iHeart Podcasts.
Created and hosted by Langston Kerman.
Co-hosted by David Gborie.
Executive produced by Will Ferrell, Hansani, and Olivia Aguilar.
Co-produced by Bay Wang.
Edited and engineered by Justin Conner.
Music by Nick Chambers.
Artwork by Dogon Krieger.
You can now watch episodes of My Mama Told Me on YouTube. Follow at My Mama Told Me and subscribe to our channel.